Why, hello everyone. It's Khan. We are here, diving once more into the Tanaris quest line. I think this is now rapidly becoming our longest running adventure on this show, trying to complete the Tanaris quests because the RNG, the great RNG gods have not been smiling on us. We're trying to get an extraordinary hippogriff egg. We also need a little help killing this queen. That we should probably be able to get done today if I beg enough. But we're going to start again with another egg run on this show, Lore of Warcraft. In the words of the late and great DMX, here we go again. Stay a while and listen. I'm going to do a little Deckard Cain DMX mashup. Look, any of you out there that are good with mix, send me that in. And I will gladly put it on this show. Play it for you. Just hit me up in the comments and I'll give you a email in which you can send, or a Google Drive you can share the file to. You want to do a Deckard Cain DMX mashup. I'm not a musical person. Well, I mean, you just heard those bars I was starting to spit, so I guess I'm selling myself short a little bit. I can't really sing more of the lines of that song because pretty much everything is inappropriate after those first 4 words. Here we go again. I can skip some and be like, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. And then immediately I can't sing the next line after that. Alright, so we're making our journey down to the high wilderness to get another hippogriff egg. As soon as we grab it, I will start the begging process. Actually, I'll start the begging process right now. I'm looking for help with Pawn Captures Queen. Now, there is a chance we could try to solo it, because we could potentially blitz with the help of potions and lay on hands and all that good stuff. I am not giving up hope. We would just have to research, because it looked like she did eventually spawn in. So I wonder if we could blitz the queen, kind of suicide style. If the waves happen on a time, because it did appear like she eventually... It appeared like she eventually spawned, the Garashi Queen, or whatever it was called. Yeah, the Garishi Queen. We need her brain. And when we were swamped by 3 mobs or whatever, we were able to take down her. And I do think with perhaps the right combo, I had it on Sanctity Aura, I would need to ditch that and hit either Retribution or maybe even Devotion would be a little bit better, actually, for that particular goal. Or Concentration. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll just, again, I am not going to broadcast it too heavily right now when we're not in the area. But I could also... Let's go ahead and... go ahead and capture this. And then I will put it out. I'll put it out in general chat here. And we'll just see what happens. Again, I don't want to spam too hard, because we're actually not in the area yet. So I'm kind of preemptively putting it out there, tickling the tendrils of the mines. That way, maybe when someone really sees me get desperate. But the real thing at hand today is, holy stinking cow, it is the egg. Can we get the if we get the extraordinary egg on this run, all systems go, baby. We're set. I will eventually research this pawn captured screen on the flight, and we'll try to make a run at that. We have to go pick up. We have to go to Tanaris first, actually. So I was thinking, oh, we can just fly there. No, we have to go there first because I used up my scent gland material. But as a player character, I just cannot kill the things fast enough. They respawn so fast. But we will research and see, are the waves on a timer? If so, we'll just sit out in the hall, wait for the queen to spawn, and then we will go in there full-on blitzing with whatever we can, you know? These things are not tied to a cooldown, but you do get a blessing. So very early on, I think I'd want to hit a Divine Shield up. We would need to keep pumping out the mana to hit the queen with the maximum amount of damage. It might actually be better to have Sanctity Aura on. I don't know. I don't know what would be the... Oh, yeah. I love it when I get lucky and there's a little Mithril just sitting right here. Okay, we're also going to be hearthing back to Stormwind and then going to Booty Bay. We're going to go to Stormwind because I want to check the auction house for a Mithril Spur recipe. Only two stinking... There's an egg right here. Only 2 stinking Mithril pieces. Come on. We have 8 in the bag. I don't remember. I don't remember what we need right now for a nice upgrade. The big black mace is 16 and a lot of other stuff, so that's not worth it. The dazzling mithril rapier is a little bit... Oh, man. is a little better. It's a 14 and the mats are not as bad. But still not... Probably not one we're going to be choosing to build with. The Mithril Quaff is now no longer worth it at 10. Okay, so ornate Mithril Boots at 14 and a ton. 16 and a ton for the helm. The True Silver Breastplate, the problem with that, it's actually a moderately solid... blue plate breastplate, but it is all about stam and healing. It's a tank breastplate. Pretty cool, but it requires 24 true silver bars, so we're not even there. The ornate mithril, that is dope, actually. Let me look at that, because I might want one of those just for myself. Okay, my current thing is 24 strength, 543. Oh. So that's basically like 12 points. And then the 2 stam. The dodge is not as important to me. But that... Okay. So, I didn't realize my Warforged chestplate was so good. So that's actually not as good. Alright, the heavy mithril boots at 14. They look... Even though they require some thick leather, that looks to be our best bet right now. So that's why you need the mithril spurs, because otherwise we are just building those stinking boots. Oh, remember we need iron as well, because we're saving up for whenever we finally can go to the Searing Gorge. Cool, I guess, about the jade. Every 4 pieces is 1 turn-in. We currently have 20, 40... 44, and now we just gained a few more iron ores. So we have 47. So that's just shy of 12 turn-ins. And for a frame of reference, we're gonna, I think, end up needing somewhere from 80 to 90 turn-ins Um, so imagine not. I don't know if that's the. They said imagine not spelling your name right in the ad. I don't know if they misspelled it because they did put T, 2 T's on Scarlet Crusade. So I don't know. That's really neither here nor there because we have methods. King's Blood is the best way to do it. King's Blood roughly usually sells from 1 to 2 gold a stack on this server. For both Alliance and Horde, a stack of 20. And it turns in for the same rate as iron ore. So when we switch over to purchasing, it's going to be King's Blood that we go. We'll go that route. And then we'll supplement our life with farming iron where we can. Farming iron and or gold. It's going to be kind of tough to determine what's actually better. Because it takes a little bit of time to farm a couple gold needed for the King's Blood. Also, we might buy the... we might buy up all the stock. Usually I think heavy leather is the other leather that you can turn in. And heavy leather sells for even cheaper. It's typically less than a gold. Maybe 50, 60 silver. Somewhere around 50 silver, we'll say, give or take. Look, they just did the same thing I did. For a 20 stack, but unfortunately it is 10 leather per turn in for that Thorium Brotherhood rep. And then we will be doing just 1 residual iron, which I already have my dark iron residue from the sent over. That'll be just 1 little turn in. Eventually we'll need to then return and grind the heck out of that. That's not that bad though. It's just going to be, at some point we'll have to farm. We're not even going to farm it. We're just going to do the Blackrock stuff. Over and over and turn in the rep as it goes. I don't know that there's even any great recipes for blacksmithing. I'm not sure. I haven't researched it because it's a little bit too far from what we're doing. Savory deviate, like, go be a pirate, better hitbox. I mean, I guess there's that aspect of it. Unless you're, because I guess all of the Horde races are kind of big. Tauren are the biggest in Classic. Orcs are bigger. Trolls are bigger. And then Forsaken are the same.
Where would you like to fly to?
So it's only a 75% chance of a better hitbox. Also, it doesn't work for Alliance because I don't know that humans have a better hitbox than dwarves. It's a different hitbox. Definitely not better than gnomes, but yes, they do have a better hitbox than night elves. Night elves are a bigger hitbox, not as big as trolls, but pretty big. All right, so we're now flying back to turn this in. We're gonna find out if our egg journey is finally over. Please, sweet Mother Mary, help us in our endeavors. There, they fixed the spelling of the Scarlet Crusade. I did see somebody else promoting, like, I just feel like certain things were nice. Certain things I read in chat about high roll guilds. I like that, and I like that it's becoming popular. I've been seeing it a lot lately. All right, after this, we will really start promoting for Pawn Captures Queen. I don't know that I want to actually go down the road of trying to solo it quite yet. And I've kind of been saving the rescue for last, so I think what I'll do is it's going to be dependent on whether this is the egg or not. If it is the egg, then that's it. We're going to head to Ungoro. I'm going to start spamming the heck out of it, and we're going to hope that someone even in Ungoro can come help us. We'll fight our way down into the tunnel, and then we'll do our research. I was supposed to do that right now, but we'll still have some flight. If it's not, what I will do is we'll immediately start another egg run, and I'll do the spam process the whole time I'm doing the egg run. And we'll see where we can get with that. Maybe we'll get somebody that can immediately come turn it in for us. But please, fingers crossed, let's get this egg quest done today. Then at least we will have accomplished something. If we get the egg, if this is the egg, then we can finish this whole zone today, right now, which is good because I'll be on hiatus for a few days when I'm out of town for my work thing, starting tomorrow morning. Which I'm not looking forward to it. The long, lame days are not made up for by the fact that I can sit on a hotel bed by myself and watch basketball for 3 nights in a row. While I will be fine with that, I'd rather be home. All things being equal. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! No, I hate this game. We got an ordinary egg, not an extraordinary egg. Literally, I'm murder. At least it gives us moonberry. Alright, let's try the spam.
Please accept this reward. If you ever find yourself in Feralis again, know that I am always here to take the eggs you find there.
Okay, so I'm going to now start the full-on spamming process. I cannot believe that egg failed. Gosh! Alright, let's do another egg run, and this time... Oh, sweet. Somebody has invited.
Where would you like to fly?
Where are they? Miss Edge, I have no idea where that is.
Safe travels.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to head there now. We have a 53 druid. That will be fine. Oh, I'm glad they said that. They said they're going to go to Tanaris first to pick it up. So we have a second, but I am glad because I messed up the Queen part. We will still research on our flight over. And actually, we might have a second. Where is this pawn captures queen guy? Maybe it's in here.
In need of some alchemy supplies, are we? Or do you have other business with me?
Yeah, I think I gotta abandon it.
Time is money, friend.
Here's the lure. Inside the hive network should be a crystal of some sort. We think the Salithid...
Alright, so they said they're flying down now.
Device. As for where this crystal might be, I'd say try the hatcheries inside the hive. Using the lure on the crystal should roust out the queen, but be warned, she will probably be protected by several guards.
Screw it. I'm not gonna...
Take out the queen.
I'll just go mess around. They're a druid, so they can...
Good luck, adventurer.
They will be able to... stealth in as needed. So I'm just gonna make my way over. Should have probably repaired, but I'm at 97%, so it'll be okay. I'm just gonna look for mithril on the way. Considering we need 14 now for every level up. I have 9. So I don't even have enough to level up 1 point. But we are at 250. So we can gain some new recipes once we go to Booty Bay. Oh man. So after this, we will go ahead and do another egg run. And then we will turn in our Booty Bay stuff. Hopefully that's the last egg run we have to do. Who the heck knows? And then we will just spam egg runs for the rest of this episode after we've done that. So however many we can get done, my guess is maybe we'll be able to get done 4 total, maybe 5, in the amount of time it takes us to do everything else. Maybe just 3, somewhere between 3 to 5 we'll be able to get done, considering we've already done 1, so 3 to 5 total. So 2 to 4 more. And hopefully it's not needed. What I will do, I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I will try. I'm not gonna start doing it now, but there's some mithril coming up pretty soon. I think maybe next week, if we really continue to be stuck, what I'll do is I'll start working on egg runs off camera too, and then we'll just turn in the next episode. So I'll start that. I just won't be able, actually I won't be able to start it this week. Coming up, because my work thing is gonna, like, that's the kind of thing I could do, like, where I watch shows and I run that in the background while my wife's at work. But my entire wife's work stretch is when I'll be out of town, so that won't happen this upcoming week. So I'm not sure exactly what we'll do. I could run some. We might just end up running a couple episodes where I'm just running the eggs nonstop, the egg runs. And in that case, if that we can get at least 1 done, and what I'll do is we'll start looking over the quests reads. So we'll spend our time in travel reading quests. I don't know why I'm running along this ridge like this. I just felt like it. Where's this guy at now? His flight path is taking him. He's so far away. Whatever. It's not a big deal. It's not like we got anything better to do. Stupid eggs. But with this level 53, we should be able to 2-man this. It's going to be tough, but all we need is 1 person to be able to kill that queen. Shadowfang Keep has all kinds of bots. Why? Weird. Why is Shadowfang Keep full of bots? Alright, so we're up to 11. So if I don't get a better recipe, we're still not up to 1 point. And we just can't afford to do anything else. We cannot afford to purchase mithril. So blacksmithing, now that we're in game, this is a true pain in the butt. Everything before now, it's just whatever it is, what it is. But now that we are at this point in the game, it really is like bottlenecking up to a really tough spot. You know, we will actually, at 250, we'll be able to turn some dense stone over. We'll be able to start working thorium some. So that's good. That will actually help us. I don't know how much. We only have, how much dense stone do we have? 10. That's probably like enough for 2 points. But that's something. And it will help us climb out of that mithril purgatory we're in. And especially since it's tied to thick leather, we have to buy thick leather to even continue to work it. But maybe not. We'll see what other recipes are ahead. But I think I have enough thick leather for 1 anyway. Yeah, I have enough for 1 boots off the bat. So that's at least 1 point. What do we got here? Rhino tanks. Killing raptors like nobody's business. Not a lot of mithril in Ungoro Crater. And the Ungoro Crater is still 1, 2, 3, 4 more zones away. So we're still, even though we're spending a decent amount of time here, we're still pretty far away from doing this. Veralis is going to be a nice downgrade, because, like, in terms of difficulty. I really, really think I screwed the pooch up, and I should have been... Alright, I'm switching over to my defensive thing, because that's going to help out my partner, Scarforce. Okay, and we're going for it. Let's see, let's get this guy. We're going to do like we did last time. I'm not even going to waste my 30-minute intellect buff yet. That's an undead warrior. But hey, they're fighting so that will hopefully have thinned things out some. But probably they got the ore. I wonder if they went in there for the ore. Come on. Slow behind. Oh, that's cool. They're not here to take that, but an Onyx Ring of Regeneration. 3 health every 5 seconds. Alright, so this person just fought their way out. I didn't even see what level they were at. I see some thorium inside here, too. That's great, and they've just cleared the way. My dog is barking again because she's an idiot. Let's get some of this thorium ooze, also for the dense stone. Love it. Got 2 more dense stone. Cool. Okay, so these ooze-covered veins are a little better. Look, there's more ooze-covered thorium. I'm going to go fight my way in there while I'm waiting on our friend to arrive. And they are now almost a couple zones away from being in Ajara. I mean, being in Tanaris, not Ajara. Okay. Hey, buddy. Okay, we might have to fight 2 guys for this. That's alright, because we're also getting the XP. We need 76,000 XP right now. Yeah, see, there's this reduced armor. How much does it reduce it by? I don't know. It says minus 400. 416. So, that... Okay, now that I have 2, now that brings me over. So it does really stack in an annoying way. Cool. Gain another thorium and 3 more dense stones. That's great. Okay. We don't need to further mess about there, though. We'll just kill these mobs. Yeah, so I'm just lamenting. I said I've done this on Mage and Druid, but Ret Pally can't solo the waves. Whoa, I can't even hit that thing. There we go. They just tried to reduce my armor, I think is what it was. They tried to do something to me. Actually, and I don't remember, I might have had help with one of my characters. Now there goes my armor. Now, that first tick of tunneler acid is offset by my buff. So now I'm going to wait the 20 seconds for the debuff to get off before I go fight this other mob. But yeah, like I said, they can stealth their way in. Alright, so they are about to land in Gadgetstan, where they will pick up the quest for themselves. And I'm just talking about how the respawn rate of the ads is also so high. It really, truly is. there's that too. Now, when you're on Druid, you can heal that. Mage can't, but Mage is not really dealing with the melee aspect of it. Alright, for funsies, I'm going to go kill this stinger too. But even like clearing the ads or whatever, it's not real. Because, okay, maybe they're either flying to Ungoro and then they're going to walk down. I'll look in a second. I can't really tell. Come on, hit it. There you go. Or they're going to march over like I did. It's actually, I think, quicker to do it that way. Come on. Come on. Jeez Louise. Come on. Whew. Okay, let's go ahead and eat up. Let's eat this bad boy. Will I be okay for 10 minutes while I do it? Yeah, they're going to land here. They'll be here within 10, so I think I can make that happen, and I can use this Scroll of Intellect. I got 4 more thorium. That's cool, too. We're up to 14. So now, next time I can smelt my thorium because I'm not getting a benefit from not smelting it. About to use this ring. I mean, not ring. This scroll. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I will try and clear some mobs out of here. Why not? Okay. Alright, they're hitting me with the... Hitting me with this stupid debuff, this armor debuff. I don't know why I'm... Either I'm not hitting or I'm letting it wear off. I don't know. Come on. Alright. Okay, they're coming down from the top. Oh, I was going to wait for that to wear off. Dang it. Alright, let's see if I don't get hit by one for the next 3 seconds, it'll be okay. There we go. Oh, literally as it was about to expire. So now I'm running with 5 stacks of Tunneler Acid, which is reducing my armor by 2,000 points. Terrible. I gotta get out of here because they're gonna... Oh, I missed! My hammer bounced off his head. Come on. There we go. Alright. I guess I'll eat one of these pumpkins and drink one of these juices while we're sitting here. They are in the middle of Ungoro. They should be able to get here soon, I would imagine. There's one more mob back there, that Garishi Tunneler. Okay. Clearing all of these is well and good, but I'm telling you, it does, as you saw, it doesn't really matter. Just immediately, come on, hitting with the... Ooh, the thorium vein's back. That's good. Okay, that time it didn't affect me. I resisted the Tunneler Acid. Nice, that's some good... I did get hit with one there. There we go. Okay. They are past the center now. Can I get this thorium? Heck yeah, baby. Which is good too, because every time I get one of these, I basically level up my money. Yeah, 277. That's great. I don't know what is... That's 5 more dense stones too. I don't know what is required of me in terms of thorium. Alrighty. I don't know also what kind of druid I'm dealing with here. Am I dealing with a healer or am I going to deal with a tough guy? I guess I'll fight this guy for fun. Why not? Why not? Are they... Okay, they're about to enter the thing right now, and then they can stealth their way here. But we're going to start having respawns, probably right in the middle of this fight, because they respawn that fast. Okay, they just tried to cleave me. Come on. Dang it. Alright. Do we have a respawn already? Not that I see. See, I wish I had better healing to do that. Okay, they are in the dungeon and working towards us now. So refresh that. See if they're familiar with it. Okay. Okay, so we're going to pull these back out. I guess we can do it this way if we want. They did not answer me when I said, do you know how this one works? So... Alright. Okay. Okay, here's the 3v1 that got me before. Okay. Okay, we got one. And now I got a second one on us. Okay. Yes, this one's a pain in the butt. Alright, so we are here. Okay. Okay, so I've been pretty quiet there because I'm trying to focus on us between the two of us healing ourselves and okay. We're gonna see how this goes. We're doing pretty good though. He's tanking. He's switching between forms pretty nicely. Like we're doing a nice combo of healing each other, and dang it, that. But him switching between tank, and then he was healing at first and doing DPS, and we got it though. We did get the queen. All right, so we are out of here. That was a nice pairing, and I'm pretty sure we were able to get out of there pretty nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and drink one more juice on the way out. I'm gonna let them fight for a second because I got cleaved. But we got it. It's fine. Alright. So now to escape. So at least we got the whatchamacallit, the queen. That's finally freaking done. I'm glad. That's cool that they have this. So they must have needed it. They must have just had this one sitting. And we got some thorium out of this too. We really actually got a pretty solid amount of thorium. Oh man, now I can't. That slow poison stuck on me. We used some of our mana potions. It is what it is. They got me that time. Okay. I mean, in that... Uh-oh. Yikes. Got a second Reaver. The Silver Hand. Alright, so that's good. They Fairy Fired them. Beast Fairy Fire. Alright, cool. Yeah, this is annoying. This whole... fighting our way out of here. They're just gonna say, I can't even tell what spec they're supposed to be because they're switching constantly between feral and healing, and I mean, which is really what you should be doing. You should be constantly switching over to support and all that stuff if you can. They're not holding threat very good, so I doubt that they are normally a tank. I wonder if they're not even normally beast. Alright, so we're out of here. Ow. This thing is like on me, but it's not quite doing anything. This is ridiculous. All right, so we had a good help, and it was fine. That's it. So you saw a second person, especially a second person that one had a utility class for some healing, and also seemed to really know their role. So that was really good. And we effortlessly, really, no, I wouldn't say effortlessly, but it just took regular, normal play, nothing, no heroics, just, you know, we both were healing and getting rid of, there's a lot of debuffs that happen. So getting rid of the curses, the diseases, and getting rid of the poisons, and healing one another. You know, when he was in bear form, or she was in bear form, me switching over to becoming the healer when they were holding threat. It was just a good, it was a good combo. And it's really how that quest, I think, should be done with a partner. It's not a group quest, but to try to solo that thing, while I did solo it on my other characters, it became more of a blitz thing. Like, so, for instance, when I soloed it on my druid, I was able to pull out and, you know, handle those waves as good as I could on my own. But then when I when I came back for the respawn queen, I could stealth and basically ambush, whatever the cat version of ambush is called, the queen, nuke her down, loot the brain, and then I'm just done. Corpse res and out. And the mage, it's a little easier because I can kite them around and blizzard and AoE them, and that's what I was able to do, is use that room to much more effectively fight AoE style. Alright. That should be the name of the next wrestling federation. Somehow make the acronym AoE. I might start watching wrestling. I've not been a wrestling watcher since I was like in middle school. But in elementary and middle, it was very cool. I had the wrestling action figures. I'd watch it. You'd go over to a friend's house if their parents bought it on pay-per-view. But I just, once I got to maybe like 8th grade, 9th grade, and more and more, it was just so obvious that it's 100% pageantry. You're just basically watching Muscle Man soap opera. I couldn't get behind it anymore. It wasn't that I couldn't get behind it. It just wasn't entertaining. There's not, like, it's whatever. But it's not like it's highbrow quality writing or anything. An iron deposit right here, huh? We'll take some of that.
I need to get closer.
Alright, so we did accomplish a big task. We are going to go turn that in really quick. And there's a couple other little parts that go with it, but at least we'll have, this is the first time in a couple episodes, I think, that we are going to be able to note on the sheet that we've completed some quests. Then we're going to do another egg run. That's pretty much going to be most of the rest of this episode is egg runs. Yeah, sorry that I got a little quiet during that fight there. It was intense enough that I had to be concentrating on what I was doing. There is mithril and thorium if you wanted to go underground. These guys are easier too, an easier fight. Ooh, well, that one was just in the pit down there. What is it? Mithril. Just sitting in the open in the pit? Oh my gosh, how could I say no? Where is it at? I don't see it. It says it's just sitting there. Oh, I do see it now. Okay. Might as well do something. You know, enjoy myself. Especially these guys are... We've just been fighting their stronger brothers. Oh, I need to have Ret Aura on. Because this guy's summoning little dudes. And the XP is good. So we need 65,000 XP right now. Okay, just Centaur. These guys are the Centaur. I don't know that we even ever had to fight the Centaur, unless the Centaur are also the Gaping Chasm. I am really into the fact that this is the end story, and you can really tell because it continues in Feralis that that's what they really... Ooh, that's a... Armor reduction by 50%. Oh, Mithril is... I must have hit something with my mining. At 277 now, maybe it happened at 275. Now Mithril is no longer worth points for mining. So it's thorium, mining thorium from here on out. Maybe there's something at the very end. I think thorium is end of the road, though. I know there's arcanite. I don't know exactly where arcanite comes from. I know that alchemists have to make it. I just don't remember what metal. I do have an alchemist that can do it. I just don't remember. Is it... I know you need these little arcanite gem things. Arcane gems. I just don't remember. It's... whatever. I do think now at 250 we'll be able to start working on some thorium style gear. Whether that's good, how much work that requires. I just want to get max out the profession and get the recipes. That's all. I mean, I guess you could totally come down in here, especially if you're a level 60. Yeah, I could see working your way down and farming it. Alright, Master Enchanter with all enchants. Every single one, huh? That's cool. Alright, so we did get the help we needed to complete the Pawn Captures Queen, which is the capstone quest for Tanaris. Here's another piece of mithril. And all we have to do is turn the chicken quest in, and we just need that freaking final... only 2 mithril on that one. The final extraordinary egg, which is really doing us dirty. Okay, so we're on, what was it? Let's look at the... We have done 10 parts. Last time we did 3 eggs. 2 other episodes we've done 2. So we've done 4 over. So we had done 14 and we've done 1 today. So we've done 15 runs so far. And we have not found a single extraordinary egg. So that's bad. Every single other character, or not every single, because I've only done it twice, but sure, every single. The other 2 characters, I did 6 or 7 runs and 13 runs respectively, and in each of those I had multiple extraordinary eggs. So either I had a 2 really strong streaks of good luck, or I had 1 terrible streak of luck. I'm leaning towards the latter, but... Alright, what's our time? How are we doing on time as well? Alright, so we are approximately halfway through this episode. Like I said, I think we can get 3 total egg runs out of this, because I think what we'll do is we'll do an egg run now, then we'll go turn in the OOX so that all quests will be done in this region, and then we'll have 1 more episode run I can do next time where if I get a chance to do some egg runs off camera, I will. Alright, let's turn in this. I don't think I have an egg right now. No, let's turn in the Pawn Captures Queen.
Ah, potential customer.
Acquiring the Queen's brain for our research is absolutely imperative. From what we've learned, we believe that these Silithid are quite possibly being controlled by a malign intelligence. I shudder to think what could control something as insidious as the Silithid, Gleekantessa.
Fantastic, adventurer. We've won quite the victory here today. It'll take some time for us to fully understand what we have here. We'll put it to good use, though. Don't you worry about that. As for the Silithid, I genuinely doubt that this was the full extent of their presence. This is much too clean of a resolution, I'm sorry to say.
Well, we also know they're freaking everywhere, so yes, he is right in his assumption here. Let's go over to our walkthrough, end of the road. What was it called? Pawn Captures Queen. That bad boy is done. Good.
Be good.
And then Calm Before the Storm. So that was worth 55.5k XP, so that's awesome. So we have 59,000 remaining.
My recent findings and the knowledge we have gained here
Ah.
today needs to reach hands that can quite possibly do something with it. As resourceful as we are here in Gadget Sun, we can't do this alone. Take my latest report back to Gracina's spirit might in Darnassus.
Not right now.
She's still at the Temple of the Moon, is she not? She's got friends who are Alliance bigwigs. If we can get them involved in this adventurer, then we just might make it out of this alive.
All right, so we'll mess with that in a second. We will do that. Just, it's such a long flight to Darnassus. I'd at least like to do half that off camera. So we will. We'll do egg runs now.
Where would you like to fly to?
Let's go ahead and fly to Thalanor. All right, so first of all, where's that report? I feel like he gave us a report, but I don't. It says we received Pestilzug's Ungoro report. Oh, it's way up there. Okay, put that up there, I guess. We can't read it though. All right, so we've accepted calm before the storm. Yeah, in the past few days, I've done all these Foralis quests, which is basically... Now, to be fair to myself, these yellows are basically double. They each count as 2. So this is... Okay, that makes me feel a little better. All right, Calm Before the Storm. This is a 2-parter. I don't know if it's like a there and back kind of situation. Just extend this just a few, because I know we have the chicken egg turn-in. And this is going to have a second Calm Before the Storm. We're getting near the end. All right, so we're going to do another egg run. I think we might just do a few egg runs now, because now what I'd like to do is start the next episode in Darnassus. With the ability to Hearthstone back to Stormwind. Now, we can abort all of that if we get lucky on a run right now. All right, so let's look at our class quest, because we had really started looking at some of this stuff. We did the 50s. I just don't remember how far we got. I'm pretty sure we did the Druid one. Right, we covered those together, and we did the Hunters, where we went up to the Green Drake, and I think that's as far as we got. We never covered the rest of the stuff. So starting with the Mage quests, we have the Mage 50s to cover. We have the Paladin 50s. Actually, we can save the Paladin 50s because we're doing those online. Then we have the Priest 50s to cover. We have the Rogue 50s. They all have a small chain that's tied to Sunken Temple at the end. I don't know why they bottlenecked everybody into going there. We have a shorter Shaman 50. We have a longer Warlock 50, and then a little Warrior 50 out there. There's also a series of 58s for everybody too. That's really the opening up of epics, except I've mislabeled it. Like these, I'm calling them 60, but later on I call them 58s. I think they're 58s. All right, we're here. Let's make the run to the egg. All right, so, geez Louise. We're sitting at an hour. I think we can get, if I just do egg runs, we can do 3 egg runs. We have time for 3. So we're going to spam back and forth. We've already done 1, so that will mean, so these are all extras at this point. Like I said, we've already had 4 total extras. We've done 15 total runs, so by the end of this, we'll be up to 18 total runs. And we'll end with a flight to Darnassus, so we can finish off that last quest. If we can get the egg done this time, we're still going to need one more Tanaris episode. Not if the egg finishes up right now, then we're all good. We are all set. I think we can wrap everything else up within the hour. If this first egg run is successful. If not, then we're screwed because we have to do everything else. And
I mean, I don't freaking know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I ran into the camp. And I have that. Oh, gosh. This was a terrible idea. This was terrible. Oh gosh, can I survive? I don't freaking think so. This is a terrible idea. I died. Dang it. Oh, but I'm like right there. So that was, I just thought, I wonder what would happen if I could, you know, fully. So that's actually, I guess, not the word. I'm just not strong enough to run to that camp. I think at 60, you could absolutely, especially with the bubble, make your way through. I don't really think that saved us any time, but it didn't cost us really any time either. It did cost us money, 20%. Also, all of our cooldowns. We don't need the cooldowns, though. That's why I don't mind that we blew them, because we're not... I just wasn't paying attention, and I ran right into that stupid camp. But as you saw, even with a shield on... what do I want as my... I guess I'll just back over to Sanctity Aura. It's tough to... I don't know which aura I should have. We should, maybe I'll research that too on when we're on our next flight. Because I'm pretty sure the rotation I have is solid. Seal of the Crusader when the fight warrants it. Seal of Command, keep that up. If you have Seal of Command up, Sanctity Aura becomes worth it, because it's magnifying the damage of the Seal of Command. Because what it does is it increases your holy damage. Let's do the math. It increases your holy damage by 10%. Seal of Command will give me a chance. See, here's the thing. I don't know. They're so vague. What chance are we talking about here? It gives a chance to deal holy damage equal to 70% of the normal weapon damage. So let's look at Seal of Command's proc chance. So here's where we'll start. This will be our research. We'll actually do the math and find out, am I really doing myself a favor, or should I just keep Ret Aura on all the time? Like, what is an actual better... Now, if I'm never getting hit, and only one tank is being hit, like in a dungeon content, Ret Aura goes away. If you have healers, Sanctity Aura is better. Or it's just Protection Aura. If you have multiple Paladins, absolutely. Just have somebody throw up Sanctity Aura, whoever has it. Then for sure. 10% holy damage added on is going to help Priests and Paladins. And... especially like non-Shadow Priests, because Shadow Priests are probably doing what? Shadow damage? Yeah. So, let's research this stuff here. Ooh, another Mithril. This isn't like my favorite little Mithril node. It just loves to pop up right here. Stay away from me, Griffins. I don't know why that one decided to get all fast and get a little bug up his butt and come closer. Oh, I like that it didn't interrupt my mining. Let me get that fourth piece of Mithril. Thanks for the Mithril, guys. All right. I did play some Anniversary with my wife last night. I have been deciding to go a little bit less crazy. Like, we're not gonna, if it's not there, like, I will not make her sit through a 41-hour harvester farm. I still haven't told you my story about the harvester farm, but I'll tell you about that in just a second. Not that it's not that it's an interesting story. What can you tell about a 41.5-hour farm? Camp, not farm, camp. Alright, got another egg. But yeah, we played some, but I am at least making her follow the walkthrough. Not making her, she just does, it's not like we're doing it this way. She just goes along for the ride. But I'm following the order that I created for this show. So I started off with Elwyn Forest. We did all the quests there. Then I took us into Teldrassil. That's always fun to have a couple Lobi humans running around questing in Teldrassil. I did not get the black moss, the fetid. We could not get that to spawn. We looked a few times, but I just eventually said screw it, because I want her and I to keep playing. And then we are now in Dun Morag. We've done the easier, lower... I mean, it's pretty easy, but by the time you run that third one, you can really sweep through the quests quite fast. So that's where we're at. We're at level 15. So it's still pretty low. We have only played a few times, you know, probably 6 or 7 times. And we might probably play night too. So that will give us... that'll give us probably a good chance to wrap up Dun Morag this evening. Because I have to leave tomorrow kind of early, but not that early. Not like go to bed super early, but definitely not like stay up really late on a Saturday night. So, the only thing is, luckily it's basketball season. Because I'm always strapped with what am I going to watch on hotels. I have my work computer, but I'll have that with me. But I don't really like to do a lot of non-work things on my work computer. I just don't. If you do it when you're not... See, they just ran through there too. Am I still PvP flagged? No, because I died. But they obviously just ran through the camp because they're still flagged for PvP. And because they're level 60, it was fine for them. Alright, so... Yeah, so when I was playing... Anyway, so that's what her and I will continue that little... Running through on Anniversary, gonna finish Dun Morag, and then I'll take us over to... I don't know, I think Darkshore? Westfall. Westfall will be our next area, which is good, because we'll get to finish that up with Dead Mines. It's fun. Fun and easy. Not that we'll do that today. But anyway, so I've been on this beat. I think, not yesterday, maybe the day before, I ran Black Fathom Deeps. I didn't do a lot of questing yesterday. I did some. I did summon Ashenvale. And I did the Battles of Hillsbrad, some of the more grindy ones, like when you're getting all the Hillsbrad skulls and killing the peasants and stuff like that. So I'm still in the middle of Battle of Hillsbrad, but that's really what I was working on yesterday. Then... But I'm fresh off of, with that character, jeez. I really wish they could... The dog, this little chihuahua, is with her outsized bark. It's so loud, and they know I'm recording. They know it can pick it up. You can get the dog to... She's 3 pounds. If you go pick her up, she will not sit in your arms and bark. So, if you get on it and pick her up, she will bark pretty much... There's only a couple things that get it. Somebody driving, because we live in a cul-de-sac, so somebody pulling around in our cul-de-sac, but usually not even that. It has to normally be like someone coming to the house, like the mailman, or someone coming to drop one of the 50,000 packages my wife and daughter order on Amazon every day. That will trigger her, or like garbage man or whatever, or an actual visitor to the house. Other than that, the only thing will be if her and my other dog start playing, and that's rare, like, especially not this time of day. This is their chill. Once it gets to be around this time, 11 to 12, they are trained to be chill because my wife works nights, and most of the time I'm gone all day, and my kids, my daughter works during the day, I work all day, and my son is at school. So most of the time it's my wife who works nights. She is home during the days with the dogs, but she's sleeping. So most of the time, they just chill and sleep by her. The big dog will curl up, whether she goes to sleep on the couch or whether she sleeps in, she'll fall asleep like in this lounge chair, or even if she goes in the bed, and then the other little dog just sleeps with her. So they've got themselves trained to like lay around all day. So they get really lethargic and just lay in the sun this time of day. Ah, well. I guess I also can't expect the world to revolve around my recording. Where are we at on time? Yeah, so I think we can still do 2 more runs after this. But yeah, so the Harvester, I was slavishly devoted to this. So this is my story. So every time I would pass by, I'd peek. It was never there. Anniversary makes these rare spawn kills a nightmare because there literally is no downtime in any part of the game ever. The whole world is funneled into Dream Scythe, so it's never there. And the way that I read a detailed look at the way that the cycling of the long rare spawners. So most of these really rare spawns have a 12-hour plus spawn time. So they can spawn it. I really think it's pretty much exactly 12 hours in my experience, but usually a 12-hour respawn time. Now, of course, 12 hours can open the window and it could be a 12 to 24 thing, but I'm pretty sure it's right around 12 hours. My experiences lead me to believe that. So, couple things. When you have a 12-hour respawn, server resets do not... I don't know how it affects it. It absolutely does not reset the 12-hour spawn time, and it doesn't make the mobs suddenly spawn. So take that out of the picture. Because I saw from my first spawn, trying to remember when it was. I think it was roughly 10 hours. 10 hours after server reset. So basically, I camped it for a day, and if you look at the map here, I mean, we've done it before. As you can check our older video, but it was a lot easier to get it on this. It really didn't take a long time. I think I camped it one day for a few hours. I've never had to camp it for more than 3 or 4 hours. And that's obviously partly luck, but also the fact that you can just go nab that bad boy because it's really not that busy in Era. But it can spawn on either side of the road right here in what is known as the Field of Giants. Come on. Alright, come on. This could be it. Let's bring our egg. Get the extraordinary egg. Garrus the Troll Hunter. Lesmera. Please. Son of...
Hi, you're a tall one. Hey, so you have found an ordinary egg, adventurer? Please give it to me. And we can only hope for the best. I don't have much, but please accept this reward. If you ever find yourself in Feralis again, know that I am always here to take the eggs you find there.
Okay, like I said, we have time for 3.
Where would you like to fly to? Keep your feet on the ground.
Okay, yeah, so back to our story. By the way, we failed. It was an ordinary egg. So yet another wasted 15 minutes of our life. So anyhow, when I did it on my own completionist thing, I did not make every single person do it. When I was doing my dry run with those characters, I just wanted to experience one quest. So I got it with our tank, I believe. And I think I just got lucky, and I got it one of the times I walked by. No camping necessary. When I started doing it with my wife and myself, we just got lucky. We just checked every time we walked by, and one of the times when her and I are playing, we walked by, we got it. I maybe camped it and brought her in, but I don't really think that's how it went. I believe we got it one time, so that's a second time. We got it, took care of it. Just got lucky just checking every time we walked by. Then I did the dry run on this show. I might have gotten it another time on another character, because I have two other characters that did quests, if you remember. We also had the Tauren and the Troll, and they both ran Barons as well, and I feel like with one person I maybe did camp it for a few hours. Okay, then we did this show, the dry run character. So either way, let's just say we didn't, and I have two coming in. Then I did my dry run character here with, what's her name? I can't remember on Era if I had, I think I had to camp it for myself. I think that was maybe the time I had to do like a 3-hour camp or whatever with my druid. But I don't even fully remember, because it wasn't really a super memorable experience. Then I did the show with you guys with our shaman, and that one, that I know we didn't get it on camera, just like I didn't get it with the tank. I think I had to end up camping for sure with that one. But again, just a few hour camp, managed to get it, wasn't long. Maybe one of those times I had like a wake up in the middle of the night camp, maybe one camp was longer, but that's normal fare for World of Warcraft. Period. Not just classic retail, anything. Anytime you're going for one of these things, you got to be prepared to go the extra mile. Wake up early, first thing in the morning, 5 a.m. when I'm taking the dogs out. I run here first. Like that kind of thing, that kind of little bit of craziness you got to do. If you wake up in the middle of the night and you think about it, go pop in and peek. This is a whole nother beast because there is no downtime. So in one of those other situations I just described, if you check, you could very likely be the only person in the past hour or two that has walked through that area. And so it could spawn and not get messed with for hours. And if you are the first one to be crazy enough to go on at 5 in the morning, Eastern time, or, you know, in that magic twilight period, the downtime, but it doesn't exist on Anniversary. There's never a point in time when someone is not farming, killing, doing the egg quest, or just killing mobs, maybe even looking for the harvester in the Field of Giants. It doesn't happen. So I waited. I did over 24 hours where I just parked my character there, kept the game on, kept coming back to it. Every now and then I would turn it off, or, you know, I would go to bed for the night or whatever. So the fact that it happened over 24 hours means I missed the spawn multiple times. So once server reset happened, I was like, all right, now I'm really committed. I'm not just going to keep popping on and checking, because that's obviously not enough. So I really parked it and did nothing else and just constantly went back and checked. At one point, I went and took the dogs out. This is at 25.5 hours into my camping session. This was, like I said, about 10 hours. It was about 8:30 p.m. Server reset. Servers were back online probably by around 10:30 a.m. Dang it, that was too wide of a part of the river. So this was about 10 hours from the server reset, which is how I can confirm at least it is not a fresh 12-hour respawn. It can possibly just automatically start a random respawn timer, or it might just continue whatever timer it was at, but it's definitely not just the 12-hour respawn. Or this mob doesn't have a 12-hour respawn. I don't know. But I suspect that it does, because 8:30 p.m., I come back in from, or, you know, it's probably 8:45 or whatever. I come back in from taking out the dogs, and my rare scanner, because I reactivated rare scanner. I don't like to have rare scanner because it clutters the map up with all the mobs or whatever, all the little skulls. And I know you can turn it off, but I don't like having to redo that for every single zone. It's just a pain in the butt. So, and it doesn't do anything for me, especially in Classic. Unless I'm achievement hunting, I don't care about rare scanner. It's too much. So, but I have that turned back on, because that also, when it came down to server refresh, that day I was like, let me reinstall rare scanner. I'm not just going to keep a macro and keep doing that. Like, it's time to really get serious. And so while I'm out, I come back, rare scanner has gone off, the mob has spawned, but in that 15 minutes, it says basically like, 15 minutes ago, you saw this creature, because it will tell you the timestamp. So that let me know basically the second that I took the dogs out, it spawned. And in that 15 minutes, someone found it, killed it, and it happened early enough, quick enough into the time that it was already despawned and gone. Even its corpse was despawned and gone by the time I got there, which lets me know that it happened at most it sat up for 10 minutes. So now I'm like going crazy because one, now I know there's no chance for at least 12 hours, but I keep the camp going because I'm not 100% sure. And there's also something else that goes on with layers. So the way it works with layers is there is a prime layer, because this is what I learned from my research. So there is one prime layer for anniversary servers, or for anything that uses the layers in the game. There's one prime layer. As the game gets more and more congested throughout the day, they will then cycle in extra layers. And as the day gets less and less busy, they will de-cycle those, essentially adding layers onto the game, phasing out different parts of the game. And then as it gets less and less populated, they'll start peeling those back and rejoining those people, redumping them into the prime layer. But the problem is that with the harvester or other long spawns, that prime layer has its 12-hour spawn cycle. Each other layer has its own 12-hour spawn cycle. So yes, different layers can spawn different things. However, when those are upcycled or downcycled, if they are not in existence, that 12-hour spawn timer is paused. So if a layer is getting cycled up and cycled out throughout the day and is active maybe 2 hours of any given day, depending on the layer, then, and that's just me shooting a random number out there, that would mean it would take 6 full days for that to respawn. And this is where you start to get to some confusion about how long is it. Some people say it's a multiple day thing. Well, yeah, on a particular layer, it might be that might take a freaking week to spawn in. So that's not wrong. All right, I got an egg here. So I just decided to not mess with that, hope that I'm on the prime layer. So I almost lost my mind at 25 and a half hours when I walk out for 15 minutes and it has pinged my rare. Also, by the way, the most common thing, most of the times I'd seen it, like let's say whatever I said it was before. So I did at least 2 times on Era, and then I had previously done it at least 2 more times on Era. So in my 4 times finding it on Era, not on Anniversary, I'd say like 3 times it had spawned over here, and pretty much the same spot every time. Maybe once it was different, and then one time I think I saw it on the other side. So I parked in the spot, like at the top of a tree, and that's where it pinged me when I was out getting the dogs. So then I just kept doing it, kept checking it. Well, then the next morning I woke up. I woke up in the middle of the night. I just kept checking it. At 8:30 a.m., my wife got home from work, so I woke up, and first thing I did was run to go check it. Now, most of the time of these checks, I was just checking in the tree, seeing if my rare scanner would ping, then moving on. But this time, I was like, you know what? It didn't ping, and then I was like, I'll just go run across the road. I was tired. I literally wiping the sleep out of my eyes. I don't even know if I ran and went pee first. Like, I just was like, I'm gonna go just check it. And I was like, I'll just do one quick run. It's been a while. I've been asleep for a couple hours. Because I was also, that night, I was not being crazy about waking up because I knew I was inside the 12-hour spawn. But I was too tired to even realize, hey, 8:30, this is the 12-hour time. And it wasn't there. And when I ran across the road to this side of the road, rare scanner goes off. There is a person on that side of the road, a hunter. So I quickly spot it. I see the thing that's different than the other character models. It is the same color, this aquamarine color, as the other Silithid in the area. But it is, it's got the, like, kind of worker body, not the fat body, not the scorpion body, but when you look at the Silithid of those areas, most of them they look like scorpions. This one had the actual Silithid like worker body, where it's kind of like a six-legged insect, almost, I don't even know how to describe it, a cross between like an ant and a beetle. Not the fat ones, not the reaver ones, not the wasp ones, but the other body type. Body type 0. I don't actually care about people saying that body type. I care about the people that care about that annoy me. I don't give a crap. If you want to go ahead and talk about body types instead of genders or whatever, I could give absolutely zero craps about that. But the people that bring it up all the time, like, I just, why do you care? I don't care. Literally affects my life not at all. Alright, so so that was at about 8:30ish in the morning, 8:36, I want to say. It was right about 12 hours. So I can confirm that a 12-hour, and I was pretty aggressively checking while I was up. But yeah, once that happened, I knew whatever. So I can confirm 12 hours after I saw two spawns 12 hours apart. I can confirm that. I can confirm the first spawn was in the common area. The normal spawn spot, the quote-unquote normal spawn spot. And I can confirm the second time it was there. I can also speak for the fact that on Anniversary, it is literally never alone. I think the only thing that saved me was the Hunter was like a level 20, and Harvester is like a 24, and he is big and running around. So they either didn't notice, because that wasn't their thing, or they didn't want to try messing with him because they felt like they were a little bit weak. I don't think he is a rare at all. I mean, I don't think he's an elite. He or she. It didn't hit like an elite. It didn't have life like an elite. The only thing that is different about it is, much like the swarmers in the area, it has the mechanic where it very frequently spawns a swarm add-on mob. Except that its swarm add-on mobs were bigger, fatter beetles instead of these tiny black little bugs you can barely see. They were bigger, fatter bugs, closer in shape and size to like the scarabs in Zul'Farrak, although not that big. but the model was close to that size. They had patterns, and they were big enough that you could see like a pattern marking on them, maybe like a ladybuggish style. They still died easily one shot, so they had like no life. It was just a visual change. And the biggest change is if you did not kill them, when you get the harvester down to about 25% life, they will consume it, and instantly, it's instant consume, instant fills the harvester back up to full life. So you have to absolutely prioritize taking on the ads. And if you do that, it's easy. It's like a regular swarmer mob, just regular hits. You just have to instantly, whether that means you're sitting on consecration. For me, I was multi-shotting whenever I could. Just have to keep it up. Targeting them when you see them if multi-shot is on cooldown or whatever. Luckily that hunter did not see me. And I was too tired to even invite the hunter. I just jumped right into fighting it. The hunter did not click invite to me. The fight was not like over in a blink of an eye. Because I did miss the mechanic and the thing did respawn back to full health once. So they did have an opportunity, but they just kept on killing mobs. They never said anything. And I got the head. So it was an insane, all told, it was like 41 and a half hours it took me to get it. It was not pleasant. Those are the times when I realize I think I have a problem. Like when I grind out something for an achievement or whatever, it starts to become iffy, but when there's nothing that goes along with that other than that question mark does not appear on my map anymore, and some completion code will now say true if I run it. There's nothing. Especially for that character, I'm not recording that character. I'm just wanting, I just set it as a goal to be a completionist with them. And I'm just crazy. I really think that there's something wrong with me. Come on. Even this right now, at least this though, we have set a mission. Gosh, it was a fine egg. All right, one more run, guys. We'll do one more run, and then the next time. Next time we will we'll turn in the last quests. Hopefully, this will get us there. This will be our 4th run on this episode.
Where would you like to fly to?
Safe travels.
Okay, yeah, because we are at 133, so we have time for one more run. This does mean that we're bottlenecked into another episode no matter what. Hopefully that episode will be quick and easy. Yikes. That's painful. Painful stuff. All right, let's look at, let's do some math. Since I don't want to cover the quest yet, next time, as we get bored, we'll start looking at these other quests I haven't covered before. But let's look at the math that it takes. So first of all, I want to see the proc chance on Seal of Command. So Seal of Command proc chance. Let's find out what that is. Seal of Command proc chance, 7 procs per minute as a percentage. 60 seconds at a 3-point weapon speed. So they're saying, which is approximately 15.7 procs, or swings, I mean, and then with 7 procs per minute, about a 44% chance. So if it is a slow weapon speed, so for instance, my current proc, my current weapon speed is 3.9. So it's going to be somewhere about a 45% proc chance. Okay, good to know. All right, so it is a 45% chance to proc to give me 70% extra damage. So all total, breaking out the calculator, that is a that's a 31.5% increase to overall damage. So the Seal of Command in itself is a 31% increase to overall damage done in Holy. 10% of that is 3.1%. So just over a 3% increase in damage. Cool. You then also have to keep in mind the fact that when you unleash your Seal's energy... Okay, now here we go also. Let's look at this. If they're hit with Seal of Crusader, increasing holy damage taken by up to 1. So let's look at Seal of Crusader. Seal of Crusader math. Let's just look that. Okay. All right, so it's there to teach you about mana regen because you judge it, cast another seal, and seeing your damage increase is minimal compared to how much you have to sit down and drink. Okay, so they're just joking. Even the debuff isn't very good. Yeah, so most non-elite mobs will die too quickly, judging with a 0 damage opener. Most elites in dungeons you'd be tanking. Rather have the snap aggro up front. Use it to up your weapon skill. It says that somewhere around 2.6 weapon speed, Seal of Righteous outperforms Crusader. It's definitely better than when using a slower two-handed weapon, which is what we do. The proc rate of Crusader having a higher chance to proc on slower attack. Okay, good. Yeah, it's only good for the debuff. Seal of Righteousness basically doubles your chance. Now, what are they? Oops, let's get on the run here. So Seal of Righteousness just does damage. Yeah, so Seal of Righteousness we're never using. It's not as good as Seal of Command. That part I get. Let's do the math myself. Okay. So let's say the maximum, increasing it by up to 161. So we're gonna say that the slower the weapon is, probably the greater that damage is, the closer we're getting to 161. So we're probably somewhere like 3/4 of the way. So it's probably an increase of about 120. Now we could check that out and see. Increasing holy damage taken by up to 161. Seal of Crusader with Seal of Command. Let's just see what the overall... I really am curious about this math. Yeah, it says, is it just me? Is Seal of Crusader worse than Seal of Righteousness? No, it's not. I don't disagree. I could see using it to judge an enemy, then immediately switching to Seal of Righteousness. Yeah, that's what you do. That's what they're saying. Okay, that is what you do, but we're using... You're not supposed to keep it as a weapon. That part we get. Your first judge should be with Crusader. That's when you're using with Righteousness. Yeah, they're saying... Yikes. I need to be in a narrower part of the river. They're just basically saying, judge with that. Just come in swinging with the judge, which is what I normally do. You absolutely do more damage in the long run. Yeah, you definitely notice. It's absolutely worth it when you're fighting things that you're going to hit. Because the other thing is you're hitting them with Hammer of Wrath. So Hammer of Wrath is holy damage. So having the extra damage on Hammer of Wrath is good. The problem is I need to know the math on Seal of Crusader. Yeah. Don't judge Crusader on the trash mobs in a dungeon. Yeah, it's not worth the mana. Which, okay, whatever. So this is essentially how we've been using it. Seal of Righteousness outperforming Seal of Command while leveling. So there, that's, I see. So it says it scales with weapon damage. So if you have a good two-handed weapon, that's when you're supposed to use it. So yeah, so basically, let's see that. So 70, what would this do? Because this is going to do up to, right now that's doing up to 60 more damage per swing. Whereas, as we already calculated, this is about 32% more damage on my swing. A swing for me is doing, let's just average it between that. That's a 67, so 30, what, 167, so 30% of that is like a 48, 49 extra damage. So overall, we're averaging around 49 extra damage. And that's right there, because this is maximum. We're not really doing the 60 damage. We're probably at 2/3 of that with this slower 3.9 swing. Because looking at that scale, that was probably it. So it's probably right there neck and neck. Seal of Righteousness versus Seal of Command, neck and neck. The Crusader adding in probably up to, what's it say? Increasing holy damage by up to 161. Okay, let's just find out. I'm gonna just test. I have to test this. Let's find out what it is. Okay, so first of all, let's swing on this Feral Scar Yeti. Let's just do a couple swings with this. Okay, so we're doing 232 with 80. So I'm doing 80 extra with my extra swings. That's because that time I just did 90. That's because of my my vengeance hit. So I'm doing the 200 and I'm doing about 80 extra damage. That's with Sanctity Aura on. Now let's put Prot Aura on. Keep Seal of Righteousness. We're just going to test this. This is basically like simming ourselves. Okay, we're doing about 74 extra damage compared to 80. So I'm doing 5 to 6 extra damage a hit. Now if I switch to Seal of Command, okay, I hit 227. That was a crit. I got 241. So let's see, where can I get this extra damage in? It's not giving, I'm not seeing it proc ever. That Vengeance though is, see the I'm hitting, I seem to be hitting more with the, I'm never seeing it hit, but right there you just saw that hit did 275. Whereas let's take off the seal. Normally I'm doing yeah, so that was around 50. That was actually like, yeah, we're doing 215. I had a 240 there. Okay, so those are two. Now when I switch to this, see, that did not proc it. That's not procking it. 230, that's maybe. And then I got a crit. So it's hard to say overall what my actual bonus to damage is. The crits are throwing it off, and then Vengeance increases my overall damage. So that's not helping with the Sims. I mean, that's great that we're hitting that, but it's not procking it. It's not helping me understand it. There we go. Because my crit's too high. Okay, so 236. 209. 215. I don't see it proc. There you go. There was a proc, a 240. So it procced only once in that time. 240, 250. Okay, whereas if I'm just going with this, that was a crit. Now my freaking vengeance is off. There we go. Let's just take it off. That's 216. That's averaging 280 every freaking time. Huh. Now 152. Seal. So I think Seal of Righteousness right now is stronger. Yeah, because so let's say we're at a 45% proc rate, like I said, so it's a 30%, 31% increase overall to damage with Seal of Command. 31 increase overall damage is, like I said, 61, 67. That's around 48, 49 per hit. And this Seal of Righteousness, we're pretty near the end of the spectrum. Can do up to 60 extra holy damage per swing. That's without the bonuses. So like 50, 45, 50, we're probably right around there. So it's really close, even though I'm not seeing it shake out that way. Okay, so either way, it's going to affect the bonus to damage. The problem is that this is... If they're really adding about the same, then Sanctity Aura is adding about the same. Okay. And altogether, that would mean Sanctity Aura is adding 5 or 6 points of damage per swing. Now it's adding more when you crit, obviously, or it's adding on the judgments. It's adding 15 points of mana or damage, I mean, on the judgments. I'm trying to not fall in this stupid water. So annoying. Alright, this is our last egg retrieval. I mean, I'd really need to sim it, I think. Based on my current weapon, like, what's better? Because right now, it felt like maybe Righteousness was better. Especially if you're going Sanctity Aura, then Sanctity Aura is boosting that on every single hit. Command, it's not getting it every single time. Now, obviously, if you're hitting Exorcism, Sanctity Aura is also buffing your Hammer of Wrath, bringing that up 10% damage as well, so adding another 45 damage, up 42 damage onto Hammer of Wrath. It adds on your Judgment. If you're judging stunned, it's adding almost 30 more damage onto your stun judge. If you're judging a normal, non-stun, either way, it's averaging around 14 more damage added onto there. Whereas Retribution Aura is just a solid 16 damage every time you get hit. So we are attacking, it said, at a 3.9. And it's only hitting 45. So that guy said per minute it was proccing 6 or 7 times a minute. So I mean, it doesn't even really matter. It's averaging overall. Okay, so overall DPS, it was at 31%, another 3% with Sanctity Aura, so we're about 35% overall. You add in a couple judgments, and you can really we're just arguing the difference between that. Even if we go up to, say, bring this to like a 5% overall increase to damage. It's too hard to think of it like that. So, fine, a 5% overall increase to damage, and our DPS is... So we're talking about 2 or 3 extra damage per second. Now let's say a mob has, on average, an attack every, like, faster than that. Let's say 2.5 seconds. So I'm just making up a number. So if that's the case, let's even just say 3 seconds. We'll make it a slower mob. That means it's going to proc 20 times. Or once every 3 seconds. So you could basically divide that by third. That's an extra 5, a little bit more than 5 DPS. So again, we're really close. It's really, with this napkin math, it's too close. Okay. Scales with weapon damage. Otherwise, so it's saying if you have a good weapon, you are good to go. But it absolutely, as we're leveling up, I wonder if Seal of Righteousness is a better... The only thing that's good about the Seal of Command is if you know you're going to do a stun strike. Okay. One would be doing more damage than all the ret hits, but it's less reliable, so you might not get a single proc. That's true. Get yourself a damage with hit chance, on hit chance damage proc, fiery weapon, and whatever seal. Yeah, I don't know. Weapon speed factors into Seal of Command, whereas Righteousness is normalized. Can twist between the two pretty effectively. The DPS you gain mob to mob is massive. Rank 1 command? Why? I guess if you're going to twist. Yeah, see, they said 3.8 speed weapon. Mine's even worse. Mine's 3.9 speed. So, because of that, you want Seal of Command. It's saying go with Seal of Command. It's still relevant, yeah. Let's see if this person talks about it. So, Seal of Righteousness procs a higher base chance of damage.
Where would you like to fly to?
Okay. But they don't scale as well. They basically don't scale, period. Because it's only scaling on weapon speed. Command's proc scale with attack power. Command proc's potential to crit is determined by your physical crit rating. Seal of Command procs crit for twice normal damage because melee attacks crit for double, and they're considered a melee. So basically all of your melee crits go into Righteousness, which that did seem to be why it felt like I was doing these big crits more. It means if you want to level up using primarily Seal of Command, don't gear like a pally, gear like a warrior. That means stacking the typical survivability stats plus all the stats that boost their proc damage. So mail pieces with stam, strength and attack power, and agility crit chance. That's what I do, anyway. So if you are focusing more on the spirit and intelligence, gotcha. When it comes to power pieces such as the Chaucy of Westfall, forget intellect. You're a very boring warrior now. Intellect and Seal of Command don't mix. Yeah, I see. So they're saying his hammer with the 11 strength and 4 agility is better than the Varigan's fist, which we were using for a while because that one is so stam and spirit heavy. Yeah, stam, spirit, intellect, all that. We had that for a while. So we are using, what's our weapon called? Stone Slayer. So Corpse Maker. Ah, yeah, I've had that one before. That's a good one with 15 strength, 8 stam. Can't get Corpse Maker to drop Bone Biter. Forgot where that drops from. In the Name of the Light. I think I had that item and I was using it for a while. Executioner's Cleaver is what I need. Where does that drop by? Oh, just dudes. Anywhere. Chance to hit 23 strength. So that's what I need. It can outdamage Seal of Righteousness while leveling, but it all depends on stat stacking. When you have lots of attack power, lots of physical crit, and a slow weapon, it starts to climb and start popping off. So I'm somewhere in the middle because I have this DPS increase on Stone Slayer that procs sometimes on a slow, pretty good damage weapon, but that is starting to get left behind. Now what I need to do is separately figure out the difference between Sanctity Aura and Retribution Aura, but that could be another research I do later. Please, 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 please help me out. Come on. No. We are just jacked on this account. Holy cow.
So you have found an ordinary egg, adventurer.
Yeah, I have.
Please give it to me.
It's a shocker.
We can only hope for the best. I don't have much, but please accept this reward. If you
All right.
find yourself in Paralis again, know that I am always here to take the eggs you find there.
Alright, so next episode we're going to wrap everything up. And then do egg runs after that. And then after that I'll start wherever I can doing egg runs. After all of our episodes will be egg runs in person till we get it, but I'll also start
Welcome to Tanaris, adventurer.
working it where I
How
can.
be of service to you today?
Who pronounces
You
it
don't look like a
Tanaris?
blacksmith
You
to me,
heathen.
But I know how looks can be deceiving.
Jeez, that is painful. Painful, painful stuff. Alright, so I'm going to fly to Darnassus this time. Okay, so we did 4 more runs this time. This is our 11th episode. And we did 3, 4 extra. So we are at 18. We've done 18 runs so far and not got it. Okay, everybody, I appreciate your time and effort. Hopefully you enjoy this psychotic, mind-numbing journey with me. And we'll freaking keep it going next time. See you in a few days, everybody. Peace.